Hey guys, I hope everyone is well, and this is Finding You is meant to find you. Look at this. How beautiful. Commitment, marriage, soulmate, sharing goals, long-term happiness. We like it. I feel like somebody might be in denial regarding their situation or what they're being held accountable for. All right, let's see. Twin flames, shared feelings, mirrored emotions, your other half, reflection of soul, family, building a foundation, feeling safe, starting a family, someone feeling like, or there is some sort of like divine timing playing out, feeling the pressure, maybe on the edge, can't wait any longer, and feeling like time's running out. Interesting. Divine feminine. Okay, someone wants revenge, but it's game over. Denial that it's over. Okay, there's a lot of secrets, patterns, childish behavior. Someone's lying, someone's being exposed, someone's being judged, and someone's hiding the truth. Could have something to do with a child and responsibility of this child. There could be separation at this time as well. All right, so we got that deck ready. There's the preview. I feel like you're happy without this energy. I feel like you've gone through some sort of transition, something that's helped you go within and find that happiness and love that you've always desired. You now give this to yourself. I feel like that was a lesson in this, was to love yourself and not settle for less than what you deserve. There was a karmic lesson in this situation. I feel like you're not going back. You've learned the lesson. So whatever you experience was the sake for you to learn how to love yourself and prioritize yourself. Someone's going through a breakup, okay? Or has, or is broken up, okay? What else? There is some sort of affection or wanting someone's affection. This could be you or them. And I'm also getting like, there could be expression happening that has something to do with these secrets. Okay. What else do we have? Okay, that's ready. All right. What do we got in here? A tower playing out. Oof. Someone's in mental anguish because things are falling apart. There's a downfall. I feel like whatever they may have created off of some sort of jealousy and envy is backfiring. There's secrets with that high priestess energy. I feel like you already know this. I shouldn't be telling you anything you don't already know. They're reaping what they sow. They've made unwise decisions. They may be plotting and planning still, wanting to kind of deny. I feel like they could have broken their own heart. They could have broken your heart. They've lied. They've betrayed. They've backstabbed. They have deceived. Third party or triangulation or situationships would be relevant in this case. Okay, let's go. What does the channel need to know at this time? And at this time, I call on Archangel Michael. I ask you to cover me and our collective in a blue cloak of protection as we surround ourselves in a bubble of light, divine light, as I connect to the other realms with the intention to provide messages for the highest and greatest good. So it is and so it will be. All right, what is the message for today's channel? Page of Wands. All right, something about action or wanting to take action. Send some sort of news. Six of Cups could be someone that you know or have some sort of kinship with, friendship, could be an acquaintance, could be somebody wanting to offer you something out of the kindness of their heart. They could watch you from afar. This could lead to an adventure. And then I have a star energy. So it has something to do with staying hopeful, optimistic. This could be something that you might have manifested or wished upon. It's like wishing upon a star. I feel like it might have something to do with this Three of Swords. What is this? Knight of Wands, someone wanting to rush towards you. Hanged Man. I feel like right now there could be a bit of like suspension. I feel like Death card. There's some sort of transition here. I feel like someone may be going through an awakening here, or there's something that someone is being maybe forced to go within to reflect on. I feel like somebody might want to rush towards you, thinking that the time's running out, okay? Three of Wands here. Yeah. I feel like there is something that's coming together here. Something's on the horizon here. Something's ended. Someone needs to accept the inevitable, that there's something that's been some sort of completion here. I have an Ace of Cups. I have Temperance. Eight of Wands. Someone's ability to try to sacrifice you and prevent you from transitioning over into your into a new direction, into a new purpose, into a new timeline, into a new like direction in life. I'm getting like whatever this was or is, I find that it's going to pick up a bit. So you might be in an energy of peace and harmony at this time. You could be doing a lot of like energy work. You could be clearing and cleansing your energy. You could be someone who like transmutes energy here, but I'm getting like this is balance and moderation here. It's almost like you're very peaceful and alone potentially, or you prioritize, you know, the ability to tap into this beautiful energy, which is ever flowing. Okay. It's like overflowing with love, being able to share it and pour it out to those who can sit at your table. But I feel like not everybody can sit at your table anymore. I feel like there's been like a bit of clearing here in this middle section. I'm getting like death to the past and old cycles, death to any stagnancy. I feel like whatever has been observed is for a greater purpose. I feel like you have a new outlook on life. I feel like the Judgment here, I feel like there's some sort of like honest self-evaluation that needs to happen here. Maybe someone's not able to come towards you, even though they may want to. They may want to rush towards you. But I'm getting like you're not in alignment. Okay, it's almost like you're in a different timeline completely. They can't reach you with the World card. Okay, you're like untouchable. Okay, look at Queen of Cups. Yeah, sit back, relax. All right, sit back, relax, and just know that like you will be where you're meant to be. Feminine or masculine, it doesn't really matter. But Queen of Cups is someone who's like really empathic, okay? Someone who has strong psychic ability, someone who has empathy, someone who has compassion, someone who understands how to get here because they've done the work themselves. They have legit gone through their own awakening and they walk with spirit, okay? So whatever like tried to keep them caged, stuck, small, dim is no longer the case. Like all possibilities are here. I'm getting like there's this like new adventure. And here's that Page of Wands. Also, it's kind of like taking a path, going on a journey. You know, maybe someone's feeling like they need to rush back to a soulmate is what I'm getting. but I feel like time has run out. Like they're not going to be able to make it back. All right. I feel like they could be going to some sort of jail or some sort of confinement. There's wanting to escape a situation, but unable to. I feel like as that plays out, like you are free to move on. Like there's things that are going to be starting to pick up in your life. You could be planning as well. Queen of Cups tells me that there's water sign energy here, but I'm getting like you're someone of like people see you as someone who holds space for other people, but you don't let anything in your energy. Okay. Like you protect that cup, right? And she's solo in this picture. So that tells me that like, you know, you're okay on your own. You're actually better sometimes on your own than being around people who just want to kind of take advantage of you. What's this? Knight of Cups here. I feel like you pour love into yourself so that there's more for others. I feel like there's this like reciprocation here. I feel like you learn to not over pour. Maybe there was people pleasing in the past, and I feel like now you've like been able to have balance and moderation with that. Like you prioritize who receives. Okay, because I am getting a bit of that. Nine of Cups. I feel like if you've been wanting to kind of go on an adventure, I'm getting like that's this wish and dream come true. I'm getting somebody sees you as a dream. Maybe someone sees you in their dreams. Maybe you connect with them in your dreams. Maybe you're dreaming about someone. Okay, Six of Cups, Six of Swords. I feel like you're leaving the memories of the past behind and choosing peace. Okay, I feel like, what do we have here? We have a Five of Wands. I feel like you've been through your initiation. You've gone through the gauntlet. You've persevered through these challenges, okay? And they were meant to put you in a position to connect. Maybe there was things that you needed to be separated from the pack so that through isolation and trials and tribulations, you could rise as the star, okay? You're meant to shine. And then I have a Five of Cups. So someone is absolutely wanting to rush towards you because they're experiencing despair at the hands of trying to affect you in some sort of way. Then I have a Ten of Cups. I feel like they're having to watch and observe and gain a new perspective on what they have in a perspective of like that's no longer in their energy. You know, right now they're realizing like where they're at is not what they once had, and now they're missing what they had with the Ten of Cups. So they're gonna sit back and watch you have the love, the life, the legacy, the happiness that you desire, because they went above and beyond to try to take this from you. And so they find themselves in the energy that they wished for you. Okay, and now they want to rush back into your energy because now they realize it wasn't all that they thought it was. Nah. Yeah, third party. Okay, someone's denying the fact that they have engaged in a lot of different open relationship type situations, pulling on heartstrings, manipulating people through emotions. It's like someone is just a player. Player. I heard this song and it's like an old song. It's like the player only loves when they're playing. Okay. High Priestess. I feel like you know all the things that happen in the dark, okay? I feel like the secrets are being revealed, okay? There's nothing that you don't know, all right? Look at chapter closed. Oh my goodness. I can't take all these. Magician, though. High Priestess. Yeah, I feel like things that might have been like in your subconscious that needed to be revealed to you were, so that you could let them die and close them out once and for all, so that you could move on and enjoy, you know, the life that you desire. And I feel like this is the energy you're in now. Like, whatever you might have been holding on to in the past as it relates to like family, childhood, I feel like this was brought to your consciousness so that you could learn from it, study it, and process it. And through this, you learn some sort of like tool, technique, process. Look, 7 of Cups, Judgment. Yeah, someone is experiencing judgment, right, as it relates to how they handled themselves. Okay, I feel like there was a lot done behind the scenes. I feel like someone has some sort of like desires that they may hide or keep secret or cover up or denial. This could be like online dating, secret profiles, secret hookups, situationships. Someone may have to continuously feed this addiction, and whatever that is. It could be drinking, it could be substances, it could be sex, it could be a couple different things. I feel like, you know, God showed you what was going on, okay? Maybe through a vision, some sort of dream, some sort of intuitive hit, message. And I feel like as a result of what you were shown, you were able to remove yourself from the trap that they wanted you to be in. Okay. Yeah, I feel like there's someone put a lot of investment in something that isn't panning out. Okay, we have a King of Wands, 3 of Wands, and then we have a 2 of Cups. Okay, so I feel like what's coming in for you is someone who matches your vibe, someone who's going to show up for you, someone who's going to hold space for you. This is either a partnership or this is a divine partner. I'm getting like soulmate, divine partner. Okay, and I feel like this is on the horizon. I feel like they're on their way. They're in your energy. Okay, so this is like, I'm showing like manifesting, planning, right? Making some sort of plans or tuning in to like there's something greater than self here, and then needing to kind of take inspired action. This energy is coming at you. Coming at you. New energy. Yeah, I feel like they see you as a queen or a king, vice versa. Switch it, you know, whatever you need to do with the archetype. But King and Queen of Wands is a power couple. Like, they're heavily in their passion, they're heavily in their purpose, they're activated, they're motivated, they're engaged, they're charismatic. They're here to get shit done, but in a way that is creative, expressive, and something that's in like alignment. Something that is soul driven. Okay, so this is like a soul path. Magician, yeah, look at 9. This brings 9 wands. So I feel like whatever you're here creating or you're meant to create is meant to create some sort of like fast track, fast movement. It could be some sort of like high level coordinated effort. So it's like tapping into the universal energy and then manifesting this in the physical is what's going on here. And then there's like many projects, many things that are being created with this couple here. Okay, and this is with the Queen and King of Wands. Okay, they're creating with the wands. Okay, so this is like strong power, strong creativity, strong abilities. They could be like guides in training. They could be masters here, teaching, sharing, guiding, healing, manifesting, heavy manifestation energy here. Okay. 10 of Wands here. All right, let's clarify this Queen of Cups. Cards are really thin, so they stick. Let me just... Queen of Cups. Okay. feel like this Queen of Cups also could be someone who thought that they could win at all costs by coming after you, but find themselves trapped, stuck, entwined, losing money in the energy of greed and jealousy, okay, envy, which is why they would accept less than what they deserve when it comes to a Three of Swords. I feel like whatever happened here, you're being seen as victorious. And I feel like this is maybe, or this could be you, this Queen of Cups as well. Like someone who's very strong in their empathy. You may be someone who helps. That's what I'm getting. So you're using your abilities. The Queen of Cups is also like humanitarian energy. So this is kind of like you having resources to help others who may not otherwise have access to them. Like they're holding on to things. You're going to help people release these things. Releasing the pain and burdens of past betrayal and heartbreak. I feel like you're helping people move on from this energy. And I feel like that is what you're here to do. I'm getting like that's how you like teach people how to alchemize. This is like a master alchemist. So it's kind of like taking the pain, the suffering, the rejection, the difficulties in the material realm, and being able to transmute that, okay, with love for someone's highest and greatest good, for victory, success, and overcoming whatever these difficult lessons are that we're here on earth to have. So there's a bit of like using your own personal experiences that you've transmuted and alchemized from a place of pain, and you created something that was restrictive on purpose, but no longer restricts you. There is this like liberation, this freedom, this support. So I feel like you're creating some sort of like, you know, group support. You might have like a strong sense of community, a strong sense of like showing up for others. You might be someone who is leading people down a path that's less taken, and as a result, like they're observing you. They're not sure how to do it. They may actually need to make some sort of different investments in their life so that they can experience this. I feel like you might be someone who shows them how to do this, how to free themselves. Okay, because it's kind of like holding on to things that we no longer need. There's also a need to kind of like reserve and protect your energy. Maybe there's a bit of like holding on to the past and you being able to help them release it. Fool card. Yeah, this is like starting a new chapter in their life. You might be someone who helps and teaches people how to have a new timeline, a new beginning, a fresh start. Okay, a new outlook on life. Okay, let's see. Yeah, Ace of Swords over here with whatever's going on. I feel like whatever you're doing over here, Nine of Cups, Page of Wands, I feel like it's very much has something to do with like divine messaging, divine channeling, connection, truth, integrity. Yeah, you could be a speaker, you could write, you could have a channel. Yeah, I feel like you're moving on towards, you know, what you're being divinely led to. And I feel like you're leaving the past behind. I feel like the past is having a hard time being left behind. Although they didn't have a problem leaving you behind. So I find that interesting. I feel like there is this abundance, stability, and security here that I feel that, you know, they're realizing they missed out on. I feel like they were very much distracted by, you know, other parties. Could be work, could be family, could be friends, and it could be the triangulation of others in your relationship. I feel like they're in despair because they've missed out on your growth, your development, your abundance. Okay, we have a Seven of Swords and a Queen of Swords. I feel like you saw this person and what they were trying to do. They had a lot of plans and plots and deception And you know, you don't want that for your family, you don't want that for your future. And so I feel like someone's calculated plans ended up cutting them right out of your life. Okay, Queen of Swords is an energy that doesn't put up with shit. I feel like once the Queen of Swords has the insight, the intuitive abilities, even, you know, spirit communication, very logical, very decisive. Once they have the information, they will act on it. And I feel like that's what's happened, is that you've acted on what you know. And regardless of anyone else's story, it doesn't matter. I feel like you know what you need to know and you act accordingly with the Queen of Swords. Seven of Swords tells me that somebody doesn't have good intentions or good plans. What I'm getting is that they're on the outs and they want back in. However, they want to lie, deceive, betray to get back in, and they don't have good intentions. So nothing's changed over there is what I'm getting. Yeah, I feel like they're watching you be successful in some way. You focused on what you're here to focus on. And it's like they want to create a distraction, a disruption, something to get you off course. Okay? Yeah, they're a bully. Okay? There's someone who's like narcissistic, someone who lies, someone who attacks, someone who wishes ill will, someone who's pessimistic, someone who uses their words to hurt. They're constantly playing a game with other people because they need to control the narrative as to how people see them. And here's the thing, you know, people see this person for who they are. They're the one that thinks that they're running a game. Here's the thing. You're a joker. Okay, someone is being like seen as a joker, a clown, someone who thinks that they have it all figured out and they don't. What they end up doing is sabotaging themselves. Okay, someone is self-sabotaging. And that's how this is going to end. Okay, they want to create something to prevent a new beginning, a passionate new beginning for you. You having the ability to create what you came here to create. I feel like there could have been slander and defamation of what you do, what you've created, or what you're trying to create. But I'm getting like someone's coming in that's going to co-create with you, okay? And there's justice playing out regarding this. So this could be, you know, harmony, balance, peace, fairness, maybe even legal issues here. I feel like your justice is having a new beginning with somebody who is going to treat you the way that you deserve to be treated. And now that you know what you deserve, you're not going to accept less. And that, my friends, is truth. And that was what this lesson was about. And I feel like now it's time for you to go on that journey. And none of this energy can affect you. That's the justice. They will be tied up. Okay? In some sort of way, they'll be tied up. Two of Wands. Look at this. I love the Two of Wands because I feel like you're charting a course. You could be planning ahead. You could be thinking about next steps. Okay, the Moon here. And then I have Strength. Someone 100% underestimated your abilities. Someone very much could feel like they didn't know who they were messing with. And I don't feel like you totally knew either until you went through this process. Heavy Leo, okay? Heavy Leo sign. Cancer, I have Moon energy, I have Two of Wands, and I have Justice here. Yeah, I would say that, like, certainly air signs here. We've got fire, we've got water, we've got Leo specifically with the Strength, and then with the Hierophant, this would be Taurus energy. And then after that, we have the World card, okay? And then we're back to the Knight of Cups, all right? So I feel like something's coming in here, all right? Let's see. Oh, yeah, I feel like you're looking good. Whatever it is, you're looking real good. So remember that. Two of Wands, the Moon, and the Strength card. I'm getting like, and the Justice. I feel like someone's actions plans are going to be exposed. I feel like they did what they could to try to prevent you from, you know, being seen in a position of strength. They wanted to be the one that was seen in that light. They wanted to control the narrative here. And I feel like they went to great lengths, okay, in the dark, like this is magic being done in the dark, to somehow affect your path, the direction, okay? Choices, having free will choice to have clarity and understanding about what you're receiving and what you're meant to do with what you receive. It's just kind of like, you know, having access to your spiritual abilities, your intuition, your ability to create. I feel like there's legal issues as it relates to this for somebody. There's balance and justice here. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like you took a different path. You took the enlightened path. The path like that's unseen, unknown, right? I feel like there's anxiety, there's fear. Okay. King of Cups, water sign energy. And the Fool. Ooh. 1133, the Tower. Yeah, I feel like whatever that they wanted for you, they're experiencing now. All the action taken, the direction they took, the path they chose was a free will choice. And they're experiencing karma at this time as it relates to those choices and actions they've taken. Okay, so that's as it relates to a King of Cups. All right, so I'm just gonna pull some additional cards here. All right, we have the Tower for King of Cups over here. Put it right there. King of Cups is going through a tower, so that could be masculine or feminine. I also have something going on with a Leo, also water sign energy. I also have that triangulation, third party energy, someone holding on to a situation with you, holding on to your energy. I feel like, you know, this was for the sake of like, you know, using abilities under the shade of darkness, okay? So there's justice playing out here, whether it's on the spiritual or on the physical realm. All right, we're going to tap in using this deck. Thank you, Spirit. Okay. I feel like there's some sort of acknowledgement here regarding healing. You could be a healer. You could have gone through a healing journey. I feel like there's witness to your growth and healing. I feel like someone is realizing that there was a karmic partner here, and this has something to do with like a past life, trauma, or contract. You may look at this person as a karmic partner, and as a result of your experience with them and healing from the situation, I'm getting that this contract, this soul contract, Ace of Swords, has been completed. This might have spanned multiple lifetimes. I feel like you chose to go within and love yourself. And as a result, you understand your worth and value. And you also understand that all of the things that you've experienced, the challenges, the heartbreak, the gauntlet, I feel like it's only made you a better person as a result of your experience. You've gained a lot of wisdom, stability, security, and you're very grounded. So not much is going to get you off track. Look at, I was picking up on that jealousy energy. I feel like maybe someone you were dealing with was actually jealous and envious of you. And as a result, they attracted a partner that is also jealous and envious of you. And the two of them work together with others, trying to create some sort of illusions, okay, for you and who you are. You saw through the illusions and you cut this energy out because all they were doing was depleting your energy, okay? Because they were giving their energy everywhere, okay? They were giving it everywhere. And you're like, I'm not for everybody, but clearly you are. So you go be with everybody and I will, you know, adjust. I feel like there's a lot of that. Yeah, I feel like someone, look at the settling comes out. It says curiosity and looking around. So yeah, somebody was settling for less than, okay? I feel like you're not settling for shit. If it's not matching, it's not happening, okay? It's a no-go. What's happening with the Seven of Swords? I feel like you're not willing to compete with other people for this Joker's attention, okay? I feel like if they want to be for everybody, let them be for everybody. I feel like you took yourself out of the situation, and it was the best decision you ever made. You focused on yourself, and you closed this karmic partnership and relationship. Seven of Swords. Yeah, somebody wants to take action, send a message. This is their plans to try to get back in with a family dynamic, okay? Because they may have gone and received some sort of new perspective. Maybe now they realize you were their happiness and they threw it away. I feel like their plots and plans, I feel like, are backfiring on them. And they're like, what do I do now? How do I get out of this situation? Who can help me? All right? Who can help me in this situation? And you're like, not me. What's this Eight of Pentacles? Yeah, look at, there's secrets here. They're holding back. They're holding back the fact that they came after something that you do, or how you do it, or how you make money, something that you're good at. There's secrets about this. So what's the message and what's the secret? They want you to trust and surrender and go with the flow. That they had you in competition. Confirmation that they had you in competition. Okay, they had eyes on another. They entertained many. Okay. So what's the secret? That the competition? No, there's more. Look, not going back, karmic lesson learned. Okay, justice is playing out for some of them. Maybe as it relates to what they've done online. Maybe what they've posted online, maybe what they've recorded and posted. I feel like they caught the eye of the justice system. I feel like you are unbothered, you're happy, you're enjoying being in the flow, and you're in an energy of kindness, enjoyment, and security. Earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, when it comes to the moon. I feel like you've learned from the past and are happy and are in a place of acceptance. You are very grounded, stable, secure. You could be an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. You don't have to be. But I feel like you're an earth angel is what I'm getting. I'm getting like, you're meant to hold this vibration and ground it, okay? Like you're meant to be this like happy-go-lucky person, all right? And I feel like they tried very hard to dim your shine. They want you to compromise because they want to come back together. Okay, so the more they do behind the scenes to like, again, curate their narrative, it's like, how do you go back to somebody who you profess that you hate and is crazy, all right? I feel like they want to come rushing towards you. All right, this is that runner-chaser dynamic. But I feel like you're not interested in anything coming back from the past, if it's friends, acquaintances, people you used to know, or even this person that you used to know. They can't access you. This came out as a blockage because you learned the lesson. Okay, so they can't return. Their plan was to come back and return after they went about destroying their family. They think that they can send a message and apologize and everything would be right back where it was and they could get back into your energy. But you know that they put you in competition. They tried to prevent you from moving on and having a better life. Okay, they went above and beyond to bully, slander, defame, create some sort of shitty narrative about you. They entertained many. They have some sort of dark addictions here is what I'm getting. That is something that they need to deal with. That is not your problem. I'm getting like with the lessons here, I feel like they're dealing with their own karmic backlash, okay? And they don't want to deal with it. And so they're wanting to bring it to your doorstep. I feel like they're stuck with some sort of like commitment, okay, that they don't want to be in. Okay, look at third party comes flying out over the bounty passion here. Can't make it up. Look at, and it's after competition. We got competition, okay? And then we have third party. Someone wanting to rush in, hot pursuit coming for you because they're unhappy with where they went. Whatever situation over there is falling apart. Maybe they're dealing with a past life issue. This is Mercury retrograde. It says it right here. There's a soul contract and there's confusion. I feel like someone's unable to come your way. They're blocked by this third party because they still need to learn their karmic lessons. They have not learned their karmic lessons, okay? They're doing so now through this third party. This third party and whoever's associated to the third party is your person's karmic lesson for whatever they did to you and others. You're not the only one they've done this to. This is a pattern. This is, they chose the wrong one to mess with. Okay. Oy, oy, oy. All right. What else we got? Frequency. Yeah, I feel like they can't send a message because they're not listening to their intuition. They're not matching frequency for you. So this is just going to get lost. Look at celebration, good karma. All right. I feel like you're enjoying karmic balance at this time. That reminds me of temperance. We've got temperance here. That's karmic balance. We have temptation here. Yeah, someone is very much in their ego, their pride, their lust. They're falling for the falseness. Like they're falling for fake. Like I said, I feel like they may have some sort of addiction when it comes to like sex or lust or love. Like that also can be who they're connected with, is someone who's heavy in this energy. Maybe they do things in the dark. Maybe like, see, I'm getting like, you know, dark manipulation, dark energy here. Someone fell for the temptation. And as a result, I feel like this energy promised that they were their soulmate. And in fact, they're a karmic partner. They're a karmic lesson for them. I feel like there's no loyalty among thieves, and they're both thieves. All right, you can't expect to make a housewife. All right, there's no loyalty. There's no honesty. There's no passion here. The passion is only when they're getting something out of it. Otherwise, there's nothing else rooted here. There's nothing grounded here. They have to grab it from others' energy in order to create from. Like, this isn't even theirs. They steal from other people. I have someone looking at something differently and gaining a new perspective. I feel like now they could be seeing this person that they've been dealing with that could be a Leo or water sign. Take it how it might resonate. I do have a Queen of Cups. I do have a Leo fire sign. And I do have like the Three of Swords here, and I have the Four of Pentacles. So someone is like, you know, financially doing things for the sake of greed, and it could be sex. It could be dealing with legal issues from some sort of like illegal activity as it relates to lust, temptation, and physical love. I feel like someone is seeing who someone is now. They've maybe gotten some clarity here that they can't trust this person. This person isn't loyal, just like them. They attracted someone just like them. Look at inner child. Look at family providing. So they're hiding a hidden family here is the secret. Yep. Childhood wounds and an inner child. There's a young child here, 5 or 6 years old. Okay. So someone is hiding that. Twin flame energy. Facing yourself. I feel like this was a mirroring opportunity for you to see where you still needed some healing. And I'm also getting, they called in someone just like them. Someone who is settling for them like they were settling for, it literally is a mirror. All right. So they've attracted exactly what they are. And they don't like it. They don't like it. I feel like everything's crashing down. Everything's falling apart. Everybody's seeing who they truly are. Okay. Solitude. Yeah, there's no action here. There's no change. I have, again, a commitment. Yeah, somebody went into a commitment with someone, almost with like ill intent, or they wanted to break up a marriage. So this would be like a home wrecker energy. They come rushing in, break up the marriage, break up the commitment, triangulate, and then exit. So that is this energy here. Okay, so this would be like Jezebel energy, whether it's masculine or feminine. I have air sign here. So Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Someone could be getting a divorce. I feel like somebody could be breaking up. Someone wants to leave this commitment and head towards you and leave the third party. I feel like this is the third party also reacting. I'm getting like the third party's having a hard time because the last thing they want is this energy to return back to you, or that could be part of the plan. It kind of depends. But I'm getting like there is some sort of decision being made here. Interesting. Yeah, I feel like there's a hidden family here. So if that resonates, you'll know. Or they're hiding some sort of child. They're hiding some sort of like what was done behind your back. It's still, they're still protecting the secret. They're still protecting the competition. They're still protecting because they're fearing the judgment. They're fearing the judgment here. They don't want to be judged for how they treated you, so they do their best. Look at, they're hiding a baby, a little person. Look, emotional, passion, lust, love, and physical passion. Yeah, someone had some sort of extracurricular activities, and as a result, got someone pregnant, and this whole time they've been hiding it for fear of judgment. Look at, with a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sag. Okay, it could be them or who they're connected with. Somebody wants redemption. Someone wants to win. Someone needs to redeem oneself or wanting forgiveness. Somebody might want to get back into your energy and start dating. I feel like somebody wants to get back at the karmic through you and to try to use you to do it. And you're not playing their stupid ass games. So you're not interested in any kind of, in anything to do with them. Yeah, they realize that you were the one that was true. The one that had honor. They want to reconcile and get back in your energy and marry. Yeah, they want to come back together. They miss the connection. Okay. Guys, if this does not fit, do not make it fit, okay? I am picking up on, several of yours karmic energies here. This is coming in. It's Mercury retrograde. I feel like if you get any kind of information at all coming your way, do not respond, okay? I feel like there's conflicts here. They're not getting along. They're fighting. They want to come and apologize to you because they think that that'll put them back in your good graces. And there's something that will be resolved. Some sort of like finances, okay? That's what they're worried about. They're worried about not having enough to support themselves. They're fighting with the karmic, okay? I feel like whatever was promised, whatever was dangled in front of them, I feel like they're losing. They're confused on to move forward. They want to forgive and forget, and they're in an energy of fear. And I feel like what they're afraid of is their finances being affected, okay? So I'm getting like they want to get back in your energy to redeem themselves so that they don't have to pay for their consequences. You don't deserve someone else's karma, so don't take on someone else's karma. Their own lessons in life, yeah, they want to come towards you and ask you out, wine, dine you, love bomb you. I feel like you know this energy will continue to put you in competition because they are insecure. I feel like your direction is to go towards your north, okay? Head north. Direction from angels, north node. Listen to the guidance that you receive. Someone wants to communicate. Someone wants you to unblock them. You could receive a call. You could receive a text. You could receive like a DM as it relates to somebody who wants to communicate that they're leaving the karmic. They're broken up. They're getting a divorce. It didn't work out. They want to get back in touch with you. Could be a friend. Could be somebody that they associate with that they might use in order to communicate with you. I feel like it's a party group here. I feel like you broke free from this energy. Look at water sign in reverse, okay? There's no feelings here. There's no emotions here. I feel like they're heavily drinking and partying because they are imbalanced. Water sign in reverse. I feel like you're leaving this situation behind, okay, and moving on. Let these people learn their lessons the hard way, okay? Yeah, somebody has a secret crush on you. I feel like they're watching you. Yeah, it could be this past karmic dynamic here. I feel like they are obsessed. They're watching, okay? I feel like they're experiencing their own triangulations with one another. So if they thought there was loyalty, there isn't. Okay, someone is cheating on them. Someone's been triangulating them. I feel like it's just going around and around and around. It's like, get off the ride already. Like, you know, Gemini, Aries, Leo. I'm sorry, yeah. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and I heard Aries, Leo, Sag. Yeah, they want you to compromise. They want to come back together, but not be loyal. So it's like false. Like compromising on shit. Get the hell out of here. Look at reconciliation, shocking, unexpected news, life partner, divine guidance. Okay, like you've got some amazing things happening here. You've gained a new perspective. Okay, you're paying attention to the messages that you receive. You have a new life partner come in. It's gonna have forever potential. All right, take things as they come. Don't create anything from a place of fear or regarding this past experience, okay? That's why healing is super important. You don't want to recreate that from a place of insecurity, competition, or fear. I feel like the truth is coming out regarding what they were hiding behind the scenes, okay? I feel like, again, the wanting to redeem themselves, wanting to reconcile. I feel like this Aries, Leo, Sag here that I was picking up on, they don't want this, so they want to sabotage this. And so I feel like that's what this shocking news is. They want to come in and blow this person's spot up, tell them about what was going on behind the scenes. And just so you know, like this person that they were dealing with is exactly like your person. And so they're toxic. They're having to deal with their own repercussions, and they want to create drama and chaos because that's how they feed themselves. Energy is energy. They don't care. But you protect your peace so you don't entertain this. All right, somebody wants to get back in your energy, even insatiable thoughts. I'm almost getting like this karmic energy knows that this person has this for you, not them. And so there's that jealousy, that envy. Yeah, look they're broken up. All right, someone has been left out in the cold, rejected and abandoned in this situation. Okay? So there's no love here. There's no attention here. Looks like there is drama here. Yeah, look at. Somebody wants to love bomb you, try to like lust you back into their life because that's all they know how to do. Okay, you're not interested in dealing with somebody in that energy. That's some toxic shit right there. All right, I feel like you're dealing with a narcissist or someone who has narcissistic tendencies, somebody who uses their emotions to manipulate and control. I feel like this is some really dark energy. They could have real dark attachments. Okay. Ooh, I feel like there's been no change here. Okay, there's nothing new here. They're refusing to change their ways. Okay, they're still dealing with that. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius here. Relax, step back, and trust your guides. These people are not trusting anything. I feel like they're not listening to their guides. They don't have any spiritual connection here. This came in reverse, so I feel like they're not in any kind of energy of peace. Okay, I feel like they are dealing with their consequences at this time. I feel like there could be a couple. One of them could be an air sign. I feel like they're dealing with their own conflicts as it relates to their dynamic. Or you could be the air sign that this couple is constantly talking about. Okay, so you could be the air sign and this couple is fighting over you. Okay, and I feel like what's at the center of this fight? Lust, temptation, the devil. I feel like somebody was entertaining many options and they picked an option and now they're not happy with what they chose. I feel like that's the conflict here. He's not happy choosing her or him or whatever it is, and they're not happy choosing them. Like nobody feels like they're the winner, okay? But here's the thing, like you're not part of this, okay? But they're somehow involving you in some way. All right. I feel like yeah, look at this. Jealousy, watching, green-eyed monster, extrovert, has a lot to say. Yeah. Move on, let go, and trust your angels. Okay. They're jealous and envious because you want nothing to do with them and you've moved on. And it's like, let the trash take itself out. I feel like the trash is taking itself out. Let them, right? Let them choose what they want. Let them say what they want. Let them act the way they want. Essentially, they're accountable for their own actions. Whether they think they are or not doesn't matter. The reality of the situation is that they are being held accountable for their actions because this shit show is coming to an end, okay? It's coming to an end. Mercury retrograde is, going to clean house. And can't tell you a better time. This would be the time. Like, wow. I'm like feisty at this point. Let me take a deep breath. Whew. All right. We're going to go to a part 2. Love y'all. I'll see you on the next one.